assessment of the potential for conflict with Syria at this point?
He said, you want people in the neighborhood to be helpful. And to be helpful, you can't be imposing external influence there, trying to work your own agenda. And that goes for all the countries that surround Iraq and some that aren't directly connected to Iraq, not contiguous. So that applies to Syria as well. We know that Syria is harboring some of the senior regime leadership, at least their families, probably some of the senior members. We know that. We have good evidence that they sent in jihadists to help fight against the coalition, and they sent in equipment. That sort of behavior just has to stop. In terms of the future, that'll be up to the president and probably in consultation with some of our allies and friends. It's way too early to talk about that, I think, in my view.
Good afternoon. It is a pleasure for me to be able to thank each of you. Needless to say, the war is not over. We know that. There are still pockets of resistance. Shots are still being fired, and people will still be killed. And as we gather here, people are still fighting in Iraq and elsewhere. And even when that fighting ends, there'll still be a good deal of hard work to do. Dealing with the senior Iraqi leadership, finding and securing weapons of mass destruction, tracking down and capturing terrorists, locating and returning Iraq's stolen wealth, working with free Iraqis as they work to establish an interim authority first and then a free Iraq government.
I wish I could say that we're winding all this down, but I can't. As the Secretary mentioned, a lot more work remains. That's true in Iraq and around the world. We still have troops in Afghanistan facing danger every day, still carrying out the mission there. Much more work to be done. And other countries as we prosecute this global war on terrorism.
Brian Kiviat, Navy staff. Mr. Secretary, you often talk of transformation